Uchita, unmute yourself and tell me the screen is visible and audible. Krupa
It's visible, sir.
and audible, na? Ah. Siri, unmute yourself and tell me the screen is visible and audible.
Yes, sir. The screen is visible and you are audible.
Audible. Okay, okay. What are the portions covered till today? Last class? Anybody? Please tell me. High carbon steel is completed. Samarth, unmute yourself and tell me portions covered till today. What are the portions covered in the last class? Vineet, unmute yourself. Krupa, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, last class,
Sir, high carbon steel is completed, sir.
high carbon steel is completed. Very good. Okay. Next, come to the point. Chromium, nickel, steel. Please write down chromium, nickel, steel. First, write down number one, composition. Chromium, nickel, steel, 0.35% carbon and 1.25% nickel, 0.6% chromium. And also contain, write down, also contain vanadium, molybdenum, in bracket write down 2 to 8%, and remaining iron. Properties in the chromium nickel steel. For that reason, write down properties: stronger, harder, stability, and low thermal expansion. Low thermal expansion. Good weldability, corrosion resistant. corrosion resistance. The next, write down number 3, applications. Applications used in axles. All of you seen the bottom of the truck, bottom of the lorry, you might have seen a shaft which is running from the engine to the back wheel. That's the axle. Nowadays, in Volvo bus, they call it as a multi-axle bus. Because of that, the shock and vibration is very less. If you use more than one axle in the truck, the shock and vibration are less. For that reason, the Volvo trucks and buses, they are using multi-axles. That axle is made of chromium nickel steel. Crankshafts, cranks, connecting rods of IC engine, connecting rods of IC engine, highly stressed shaft, highly stressed shaft. You might have seen the cruise ship, and in some of the cruisers, they use a shaft which is a highly stressed one, because the complete force acting on the end of the shaft through the propeller, that type of torsional load acting on the shaft, that is called highly stressed shaft. And the tubes use, and all of us seen the SHIMUL, Shimoga Milk Union Federation, where the milk are processed and packed in a packet and sent to the customers. So in the milk packaging industries, they use stainless steel, chromium nickel steel. Next, you write down market, very, very important. Many question paper, you have a question. Next, you write down stainless steel. Stainless steel. You have seen the utensils in your house, which is the shining one. The surgical equipment, which is used in the operation theater, that's also stainless steel. And nowadays, the production and manufacturing of grill, decoration purpose, furniture, tables, chairs, many applications, they are using stainless steel. Stainless steel has the wide variety of properties. From that, they produce the components which is used in everywhere. Nowadays, the manufacturing process, manufacturing industries, making of decoration purpose, and grill, and all those things are made from stainless steel because of the presence of lot of properties. First, write down number 1, composition. Composition, 0.03 to 0.25% of carbon, 0.03 to 0.25% of carbon, 1 to 2% of silica, 1 to 2% of silica, 16 to 26% of chromium, 3.5 to 22% of nickel, and rest or remaining iron. You tell me a simple question. You may have this type of question in the competitive exam as well as in IAS or IPS and some of the examinations. Why the stainless steel is shining? Give me the answer in one sentence. Say, because of presence of nickel, all of you observe here, 30.5 to 22% of nickel is present in stainless steel. For that reason, it is shining. It is shining. Remember, in your lifetime, presence of nickel in the stainless steel, it is shining. And the presence of 26% of chromium, from that you have corrosion resistance, good machinability, good weldability, resistance to shock and vibration, and the low temperature expansion or low thermal expansion, and non-magnetic, and good ductility at cryogenic temperature. Why? What is the meaning of cryogenic temperature? The cryogenic temperature means they use liquid nitrogen or liquid oxygen. The boiling temperature of liquid nitrogen is minus 164 degrees centigrade. Say in satellite launch vehicles, and in the satellite, they manufacture the components using stainless steel because of low thermal expansion at cryogenic temperature, that is minus 164 degree centigrade. All of you please write down the boiling temperature of liquid nitrogen is minus 164 degrees centigrade. Below the 0 degree centigrade. For that reason, it is called cryogenic temperature. All of you heard the cryogenic engine. Cryogenic engine, because the cryogenic engine, the fuel is liquid nitrogen, liquid hydrogen, and sometimes liquid oxygen. Usually they use liquid nitrogen and liquid hydrogen. The boiling temperature of the fuel used in the launch vehicle is minus 164 to minus 200 degrees centigrade. At that temperature, the material should not contract, or it should not expand due to the temperature effect. So first, the stainless steel composition, remaining iron. Next, you write down number 2, properties. Underline that, put a colon. Write down line by line. First line, high corrosive resistance. High corrosive resistance, good strength, and scale resistance. Good strength. Scale resistance means high temperature. If you use more than 1900 degrees centigrade, scale resistance, there is no expansion, thermal expansion at high temperature. Non-magnetic. Good ductility at cryogenic temperatures, in bracket write down, less than 0 degrees centigrade.
ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ
Who is that? Who is that? Unmute yourself. Next, you write down the property. Good weldability. Good weldability. Next property, write down. Next line. Good ductility and malleability. good ductility and malleability, good resistance to shock and vibration, good shock and vibration, next line write down number 3 applications. Surgical, write down first applications, below that write down surgical equipments, next line write down grills production, grills, GRILLS, grills manufacturing, heat exchangers, food processing, cooking utensils, next line write down milk tanker, cans and other components in dairy industry, aircraft engine parts, say you have lot of applications, of stainless steel. You write the minimum 6 to 8 applications in the examination. Which are the applications you remember in the examination? Write one by one. No need to write continuously. Always you write one by one. Next, come to the point. Very, very important. Just go through the 5 types of ferrous metals. Explain briefly 5 types of ferrous alloys. We discussed silica steel, that is, we discussed gray cast iron, malleable cast iron, spheroidal graphite iron, low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, high carbon steel, chromium nickel steel, stainless steel. So like this, you have more than 7 type of ferrous alloys. In the examination, if you have the question for 5 marks, write only 5 types of ferrous metals. Ferrous means what? Which are the metal alloys belongs to iron family. The presence of iron in that metal, in that alloy, indicate that is concern, and that is nothing but the ferrous alloys. Ferrous means the iron family metals. You have more than 7 in the examination. You write any 5. First, while writing the explanation of ferrous metals, write the title and the composition, properties and application. Next, come to the point. Write down non-ferrous alloys. Non-ferrous alloys. non-ferrous alloys. Underline that. Write down a sentence. Non-ferrous metals are major classification of metallic materials. All metals other than iron based are called non-ferrous metals. Keep this sentence in inverted commas and underline that. What is the meaning of this sentence? Other than iron. Start from gold, silver, platinum, copper, aluminum, magnesium, nickel, tin, lead, zinc, beryllium, titanium, cobalt, cadmium, all the metals other than iron are called non-ferrous metals. Write down next paragraph. Major non-ferrous metals are alloys of copper, aluminum, magnesium, nickel, lead, tin, zinc, cadmium, cobalt, molybdenum, beryllium, titanium, gold, silver, and platinum. Here you have more than 10. How many metals you remember in the examination? You can write minimum 5, maximum any number. And come to the point. First, write down copper and its alloys. Copper and its alloys. Copper and its alloys. Say, first you write down copper and alloys, write down the title, and you just go through the properties: electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, corrosion resistance, machinability, and easy of fabrication, non-magnetic, can be used welding, edging, and soldering, and easily finished by electroplating. First you write down non-ferrous alloy group. First you write down copper alloys. First you write down copper alloys, underline that. Put a colon. Brass. Alloy of copper and zinc. Underline that. Write the number 1. Brass. Alloy of copper and zinc. Alloy of copper and zinc. Subdivision A, write down alpha brass. Subdivision A, alpha brass. Again, write down subdivision number 1, yellow alpha brass. Subdivision number 2, red brass. Next, write down major subclassification. Alpha plus beta brass. Alpha plus beta brass. In that, write down subdivision number 1, Nunz metal. Subdivision number 2, naval brass. Next, write down in copper alloys, second classification, bronze. Bronze. Subdivision A, tin bronze. Subdivision B, silica bronze. Subdivision C, aluminum bronze. Subdivision D, beryllium bronze. And another classification of copper alloy, cupronickel, CuPro, NiCl, cupronickel. In bracket, write down alloys of copper and nickel. Next, write down number 4, nickel silver. Nickel silver. Alloys of copper, nickel, zinc. Say alloys of copper, nickel, zinc, and silver. Okay, nowadays, all of you seen the white metal utensils and puja items that's made from nickel silver. See, only 5 to 10% of silver is present, remaining all nickel, zinc, and copper. White metal, all of you heard, which looks like silver puja items, but it is made from nickel silver. First, you write down brasses. First, write down brasses. Underline that. Write down brasses are essentially alloys of copper, comma, zinc, alloys of copper, zinc, comma, lead, comma, tin, lead, comma, tin, comma, aluminum, etc. Brasses are essential of alloys of copper, zinc, lead, tin, aluminum, etc. Write down number 1, alpha brass. Alpha brass. Alpha brass. First, you write down number 1, composition. Composition. First, 36% zinc. 36% zinc. Remaining copper. Copper. Next one, write down the number 2 properties. High ductility. High ductility. Good strength. Good strength. Good corrosion resistance. Good machinability. Good machinability. Good weldability. Good weldability. In bracket, write down brazing. Brazing. Low thermal expansion. Low thermal expansion. Next, in alpha brass itself, you have 2 types of brasses. Write down subdivision A, yellow alpha brass. Subdivision B, red brass. Red brass. First you write down subdivision A, yellow alpha brass. Yellow alpha brass. Write down number 1, composition. 20 to 36% zinc and remaining copper. Remaining copper. And properties are same. Already you have properties, the same property you can write here. Next you write down applications. Applications. Write down one by one. Used in bullet shots. All of you seen the bullets used in revolver and guns. The same type used, the same can be manufactured by using yellow alpha brass. Excellent, write down military ammunitions. Military ammunitions. Excellent, write down automotive radiator. Automotive radiator. Next line, write down storage batteries. Decoration light fixtures. Decoration light fixtures. Marine engine components. Marine engine components. Marine engine components means the ship, boat, cruise used in sea for transportation purpose. The marine engine components are usually manufactured from yellow alpha brass because of the property corrosion resistance. And pump components. Components. Pump components. Say, you can write any one, whether it may be red brass or yellow alpha brass. Any one in the examination. Next, you write down naval brass and Munz brass. Munz metal. Munz metal. Underline that. Munz metal. Write down number 1, composition. Properties are previous. You have the properties, write the same properties. Munz metal. First, number 1, composition. Copper 60%, 40% of zinc. And you write the minimum 5 properties. Already you have. Next, applications. Applications used in architectural work. Architectural work means you might have seen in some of the temples you have old architecture. That work usually carried out by Munz metal. Condenser tubes in refrigerator and air conditioners. You write down like this: components of refrigerator and air conditioner. In bracket, write down condenser tubes. Brazing filler metal and rods. Brazing filler metal, F-I-L-L-E-R, filler metal and rods, etc. Next, you write down subdivision B, naval brass. The name itself indicates naval. That's naval means that is used in marine engine. That is boat, ship, cruise. The components of marine engine components. Naval brass. First you write down number 1, composition. Copper 69%, 30.25% zinc plus 0.75% silicon. Applications. Next to write down number 3, applications. Marine engine components. Marine engine components. Propeller shaft. Refrigerator and air conditioner parts. Refrigerator and air conditioner parts. Say you are in brass, you have yellow alpha brass, red brass, Muntz metal, naval brass. In the examination, you write any one. In that one, you clearly explain the composition, properties, and applications. Let's come to the point branch. First, if you heard the word branch, which component you can see? That is nothing but branch means bell, that is used in temple, church, and many applications. Branch. The major application of branch is production of bell, production of statues, production of the decoration items in the temples. Branches are very much used in manufacturing of some of the components in chemical industries, in manufacturing industries, and in dairy. They use branch components because of the presence of copper and other alloying elements. Write down branch. Branch consists of copper, tin, aluminum, silica, beryllium, lead, phosphorus, zinc, nickel, etc. Just see the alloying elements of copper. From that, they produce the branch. Branch, once if you heard the word branch means used for production of bell, whether it may be the small bell or big bell, temple bell, church bell, or bell used in fire engine, or anywhere the bells are made of branch. Why the branch is used for making of bell? You have this question in the competitive examination. If you use the branch, metal branch, which produces melodious ringing noise, For that reason, branch is used for making of bell. Once you heard the word, two examples. One is bell, other one is statue. Next, come to the point number 1, tin branch. In bracket, write down phosphor branch. It is also called as phosphor branch. Write down number 1, 1 to 11% tin, 1 to 11% tin, 0.1% to 0.5% phosphorus, and the remaining copper. Next line, write down number 2, properties. The drawback of branch is which is brittle, which is very, very brittle. If you it has very low impact strength, very low impact strength. And also this is very, very brittle, but used in many applications. Number two, properties. Number two, properties. Write down one by one. High strength. Next line, write down number two, high toughness. Number three, low coefficient of friction. Low coefficient of friction. Number four, write down, or otherwise you write down next line, free from season cracking. Free from season cracking. You might have seen the bells which are manufactured before independence are 100 years old or 200 years old or 50 years old. You can see in the museum or you can see in the old palaces, you have the bell which has the same shape, size and dimension which was manufactured 100 years back. Till today, the dimensions are same, remain same. That is, there is no crack, there is no deformation in the bell. That is called free from season cracking. And high corrosion resistance. High corrosion resistance. See, anyway, the bells are placed in the open air. In the open air, the humidity contains the moisture content of 10 to 50% of moisture. If it is corrosion one, there may be a corrosion. But the tin branch, which has the good high corrosion resistance. Next, you write down number three, applications. Applications. First, number one, used in manufacturing of bell. Write down number one, used in manufacturing of bells. Next line, write down, used in manufacturing of bearings. Manufacturing of bearings. Used in making of statues. STATUES, making of statues. Used in steam boilers. Used in steam boilers and components. Next line, write down, steam pipe fittings. Steam pipe fittings. All of you underline the first application, used in manufacturing of bells. Next, you come to the point, the silica branch. Silica branch. Number one, write down composition. Composition. 5% of silica. 5% of silica. Remaining copper. Remaining copper. Next line, write down number two, very strong. Number two, next line, write down in the properties, high corrosion resistance. High corrosion resistance. Good mechanical properties. Good mechanical properties. Next line, write down number three, applications. Applications. First line, next line, write down pressure vessels, used in pressure vessels. Used in pressure vessels. Next line, write down used in tanks. Used in tanks. Marine, next line, write down marine engine components. Marine engine components. components of hydraulic circuit. Components of hydraulic circuit. All of you seen the poke line and JCB used for construction purpose, making of hole, digging of lines. So hydraulic circuit components. So silica branch also has very good applications. So these applications you can write it for silica branch. Next come to the point, aluminium and its alloys. Aluminium and its alloys. Underline that. If aluminium means you might have seen the electrical wire used for giving electrical supply to your house through the service mains. In the service mains, you have two parts, and in that one is phase, other one is neutral. So making of electrical component, making of other items, resistance. See, the following properties are commonly available in aluminum and its alloy components. That is electrical, high electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, resistance to corrosion, highly ductile, that can be drawn into wire and that can be made into sheets, that's malleability and non-toxic. And good machinability, and you can produce any shape and any size. Next, you write down aluminium copper alloy. Number 1, aluminium copper alloy. This is also called as duralumin. Duralumin. In bracket, write down aluminium copper alloy, duralumin. Underline that. You write down aluminium copper alloy, which contain 2.5 to 5% copper, 2.5% of copper, and a small amount of silica, iron, magnesium, chromium. Next line right now, duralumin. Duralumin, put a hyphen, 4% of copper. 4% of copper. Below that, write down number 1, composition. 4% of copper and remaining aluminium. Remaining aluminium. Next line, write down number 2. Say which are the properties here available. You can write this for this aluminium copper alloy. Good corrosion resistance. Good corrosion resistance. High strength. Good corrosion resistance, highly ductile and malleable, non-toxic. Next line, write down non-magnetic. Next line, write down non-sparking. If you supply the high electrical current, high voltage current, then there is no sparking of the metal. And next line, write down good machinability. Good machinability, cast by any method, any size, shape, and dimension. Cast by any method, any, put a comma, any size, shape, and dimension. Next line, write down, roll it to any desired thickness. So these are the properties available in the aluminum copper alloy. For that reason, it is used in electrical equipments, conductors, other electrical items. First, you write down applications. Electrical cables and other components. Next, automobile components. Automobile components. Next line, write down, used in rivets. Used in rivets. All of you seen joining of two sheets, they use the rivets. Used in rivets of aircraft. Rivets of aircraft, etc. Next, write down number 2, aluminum silica alloy. Aluminum silica alloy. Write down composition. Write down aluminum silica alloy. Next line, write down LM6. LM6. See, as I told you earlier, the electrical component, electrical cable, and other components of engine and car, truck, which are manufactured from the metal LM6. LM6 means the widely used component of aluminum silica alloy. It has excellent properties. Excellent properties, for that reason used in components of car, truck, and other automotives. You write down number 1, composition. 12.5% of silica. 12.5% of silica. And remaining aluminium. And remaining aluminium. Next line, write down number 2, properties. Properties. Write down one by one. Good forgeability. Good forgeability. Next line, write down low coefficient of thermal expansion. Low coefficient of thermal expansion. Excellent castability. This is a very, very important. Any size, shape, dimension that can be produced by using casting process. Good corrosion resistance. Good corrosion resistance. Next line, write down number 3, applications. Applications. Write down one by one. Used in food processing industries. Food processing industries. Next line, write down marine engine components. Marine engine components. Automotive components. Automotive components. Electrical equipments and components. Next, you write down aluminum zinc alloy. Aluminum zinc alloy. First, to write down number 1, composition. Composition. 5.6% of zinc. 5.6% of zinc. Plus 0.6% of magnesium. 0.5% of chromium. 0.2% of tungsten. 0.2% of tungsten, and remaining aluminium. and remaining aluminum. Write down number two properties. Write down one by one. Good castability. Number two, good machinability. Number three, good corrosion resistance. Good corrosion resistance. Good ductility and malleability. Good ductility and malleability. Next line, write down number three, applications. Applications, write down one by one. Aircraft components. Aircraft components. Signal transmission equipments. Signal transmission equipments. You might have seen the TV tower and the mobile towers. The components are usually made from aluminum zinc alloys. Transmission, signal transmission components in bracket like the TV tower and the mobile towers, etc. etc. So this completes the explanation for ferrous and non-ferrous metal. You have question for 5 marks only for ferrous or only for non-ferrous. Write down a question. This question appeared in the examination many times. Explain briefly composition, comma, properties and applications of ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Ferrous and non-ferrous metals. You have this question for 10 marks. Almost all the question paper, you have this question. Mark it very, very important. In some of the question paper, they ask only ferrous, and in some of the question papers, they ask only non-ferrous metal. 5 marks. But this question for 10 marks. Almost all the question paper, you have this question, whether it may be ferrous or non-ferrous. For this question, write ferrous 5, write non-ferrous 5. First, composition. Second, properties. Third, application. Minimum 5 properties, minimum 5 applications you have to write. What you have to do, end of the semester, you make a common 5 properties and common 5 applications. For all the metal, you write the same properties and same applications. Now, I stop at this stage. This completes the engineering materials. Next class, I'll start composite materials. Now, I stop at this stage. All of you, please write your name and USN in the chat box and answer roll call. Answer roll call. Sriyom, Pratik,
Present, sir.
Sandeep,
Present, sir.
Swati,
Present, sir.
Present, sir.
Pooja,
Present, sir.
Suchitra,
Present, sir.
Jason,
Present, sir.
Present, sir.
Shravya,
Present, sir.
Vijendran,
Yes, sir.
Vanushri,
Present, sir.
Sanjana,
Present, sir.
Samarth,
Present, sir.
Rukmini,
Present, sir.
Yatindra,
Present, sir.
Sakshi,
Present, sir.
Srijan, Arjun,
Present, sir.
Kushal,
Yes, sir.
Shreya, Shraddha,
Present, sir.
Kushi,
Present, sir.
Akil,
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Vaishnavi,
Present, sir.
Prajna,
Present, sir.
Suhas,
Present, sir.
Kushal,
Yes, sir.
Ruchita,
Present, sir.
Vanyashri,
Present, sir.
Danyata,
Present, sir.
Shivansh,
Yes, sir.
Tanmayi,
Present, sir.
Vinayaka,
Present, sir.
Yashaswini,
Present, sir.
Samarth, Surya S, Sufyan,
Present, sir.
Manikya,
Present, sir.
Vachana,
Present, sir.
Krupa,
Present, sir.
Amruta,
Present, sir.
Vinyas Shri Shet,
Present, sir.
Neha, SR, Varsha,
Present, sir.
Sanjana KJ,
Present, sir.
Zikriya,
Present, sir.
Mohammad Shahil,
Yes, sir.
Shreya Bharadwaj, Varshita,
Present, sir.
Siri KS,
Present, sir.
Salik,
Present, sir.
Anushri,
Present, sir.
Arjun, Mohammad Sail, Vachana Elkot, Pratik CR,
Present, sir.
Vishwas,
Present, sir.
Shravya D. Gowda, Varsha CU,
Present, sir.
Vineet,
Yes, sir.
Sandeep,
Absent, absent.
Sandeep, Suhas,
Present, sir.
Prajna,
Present, sir.
Vanushri, Pandana, Manya
Present, sir.
SH, Manya SH,
Present, sir.
Vibha GM.
Present, sir.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Sir, Samarth ji.
Okay, Samarth ji. Next. Anybody else?
Sir, Shravya.
Shravya D. Gowda. Okay, next. Now I stop at this stage. I will continue in the next class.